have you guys ever considered any other alternatives, like dam removal? And there were about 12 people at the table, and I was at the end of it, and all of them, in unison, looked at me, just stared at me, and looked at me like, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? And the chairman of the Brown Bridge Advisory Committee told me, he said, young man, this community is not ready and would never even entertain a process to look at dam removal at Brown Bridge.
The City Commission and the County Commission got together and says, we have a common issue. And thanks to Light and Power, in some ways, decommissioning the dams at that time, we said, look, we've got to address this issue. And we were getting fairly worried that if we didn't do something, we're going to have to rebuild all these dams at a horrendous amount of money to the public. Now's the time to look at taking the dams down and doing something positive from the community. So out of that cooperation between the county and the city saying, we'll jointly work at this project together, we'll put whatever steps we have to move forward in this process.
It couldn't have happened without all of the community involvement and the vision and everything else that you described.
There's great work going on.
This is the top restoration project that we have going right now with the Great Lakes Restoration Funding.
It takes commitment. It takes commitment at the federal level, the state level, the local level, tribal level to get these things done.
You know, again, thanks to so many people with so many endeavors, we've moved forward to this point.
What you're doing here is really important. Don't take the source of the funding for granted because it may not be there.
It's a very expensive project, but there's a lot of different partners that participate.
It may, instead of just being 1 or 2 generations before this is completed, it'll be even longer unless these kind of priorities are focused on.
The more active restoration you integrate into the project, the less time it takes the river to heal itself and guide itself back into the original channel. So the areas in the delta that have the most sediment in the original channel, those are the areas that will be excavated. Like sediment traps in place first, channel excavated, direct flow back into that original channel, let it move some of that sediment into those sediment traps and smooth, so that process will be a continual process and bring that river back into the condition it wants to be as quick as possible.
But I want to make sure that our public understands that while we have to make these kind of advances, and future generations who will not know who we are, will benefit from what is happening here today and in the years ahead as the removals and restoration continue on this river.
And again, for someone like me who has the privilege of directing an organization like the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, it is inspirational to see the partnership here between local government, state government, tribal government, federal government, and citizens for what you have accomplished and what you will accomplish in the days ahead.
And I'm sorry, but it's emotional to me to be able to see this wonderful river coming back to some kind of shape. Think of what that 280 square miles of wetlands and connectivity of this river will feel like.
We have some special announcement for the Boardman River Restoration Project team. Found out last week that this project was selected for 2012 Partners in Conservation Award.
The Grand Traverse Conservation District has been developing a series of low-cost, high-impact interpretive materials so that anybody that visits the Brown Bridge Quiet Area or the Boardman River Nature Center will be able to explore and learn about the significance, the huge significance of what's happening here today. So I'd like to bring up Director Ash, Senator Levin, Mayor Estes.
Ready?
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bravo.
Clearly, this project would not be where it is without these folks today. Michigan DNR, Michigan Department of Environmental Quality, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, Michigan Hydro Relicensing Coalition, Traverse City Light and Power, Grand Traverse Conservation District, the Watershed Center of Grand Traverse Bay, Rotary Camps and Services, the Conservation and Resource Alliance, Garfield Township, Grand Traverse County Road Commission, other important people in this project are the contractors who are involved in it, AMEC, Environment and Infrastructure, Mullen Excavating, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, Bureau of Indian Affairs, USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service, CML Marketing Communications, the Olson Foundation, Rotary Charities of Traverse City, and the Brown Bridge Quiet Area folks.
Goodbye, Brown Bridge Dam.
Yes.